Okay, so now we're going to talk about Truman Doctrine. So Truman Doctrine, quite simply, is America's overall plan under Harry Truman, the president, from 1945 to 1953, his overall plan to contain communism, to stop the spread of communism. He wasn't going to try and turn communist countries back to being capitalist or democratic. He knew that was probably going to lead to a war if he did that, but he wanted to stop more countries from becoming communist. So Truman Doctrine means containment. Now, there were several ways to achieve this, and the thing that triggered it was the civil wars going on in Greece and Turkey, and this was in March 1947. So in 1947, Truman announces the Truman Doctrine, the idea that they're going to help out these countries that are struggling to stop themselves being invaded or overtaken by communist forces. Now, the people inside Greece and Turkey that were fighting for the communists, they were themselves Greek and Turkish. They weren't being invaded by the Soviet Union. So it was civil wars between some Greek people that wanted communism and some Greek people that wanted to restore the existing system that had happened before World War II. And Truman's going to help these nationalists, as we'll call them, people who support the monarchy, who support the previous system. Now, we started out with the Marshall Plan, basically the idea that we're going to give people money and aid in Europe to help rebuild after World War II. Britain got more aid than anyone, but there was also an active Communist Party in Britain, so he was worried about the idea of even somewhere like Britain falling to communism. But across Europe, money was given out to non-communist countries. Stalin told the communist countries, you can't have this money, and you know, you're under my sphere of control. But this is the situation. This Marshall Plan was only one part of the actual help and the whole Truman Doctrine plan. Other parts of it could be NATO, let's say, the alliance of non-communist countries in order to better defend themselves, and also the providing of money and weapons. And later on, as we'll see, even the Korean War was part of this Truman Doctrine, the idea that they can't allow South Korea to fall to communism, so they're going to actually send soldiers, send troops in and stop the communists from invading. So there's lots of ways that the Truman Doctrine is used in the future. It starts out with Greece and Turkey, giving Greece and Turkish people money and weapons to fight the communists, but it carries on for decades.